Bisma Maroof, the captain of the Pakistan women's cricket team, was denied permission for her daughter to stay in the Commonwealth Games village to be held in July 2022. The Games authorities cited absence of maternity policy as a reason. The 1996 film One Fine Day portrays Melanie Parker struggling to balance career and parenthood. She hides the fact that the little boy roaming around at the office was in reality her son. Sarah Lacy, journalist and the author of the bestseller Uterus is a Feature, Not a Bug, claimed that she had felt that motherhood was going to be the biggest risk she would be taking while building a career. As they strain to break the glass ceiling, women find themselves blindsided by the giant maternal wall that arises in the middle of the careers. Women who have been very successful may suddenly find the proficiency questioned once they become pregnant. Take maternity leave or adopt flexible work schedules. Maternal wall is bias is the strongest and the most open form of unconscious gender bias. It refers to stereotypes and various workplace discrimination of women as working mothers seeking employment or career advancement in the workplace. This stems from our overall assumption about working mothers as being less able, less committed to work, and less productive. The common belief is that you can be a great mother or a great worker, but not both. The facts are quite different. A research study by the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, following the productivity of nearly 10,000 working women over a span of 30 years, show working mothers are lucrative asset for companies and working mothers are more productive than their peers over the course of their careers. Yet, the workplace stats are at odds with these findings. Working mothers face discrimination in various ways. A leading study by the Gender Bias Learning Project found that the mothers were 79% less likely to be hired, 100% less likely to be promoted. They offered $11,000 less in salary for the same position, and only 48% of mothers were recommended for hiring. Quoting from a research study published in the Journal of Economic Perspectives, the increasing percentage of wage gap between men and women attributes to motherhood. Popularly termed as the motherhood penalty, this describes how mothers downshift their careers and suffer severe wage discrimination at the workplace. The Indian workplace stats show an alarming 73% of women who leave their jobs on attaining motherhood. Now, how do we help working mothers to scale the maternal wall? Managers and co workers may mentally cloak new mothers in a haze of femininity. Managers' benevolent motives may not be to the best interest, and that results in limiting the career growth for working mothers. Instead, managers can conduct an empathy mapping exercise to put themselves in the position of working mothers in different roles throughout the company. Organizations must be willing to address the bias in the workplace and train managers to identify and avoid assumptions. Flexible working conditions doesn't mean off ramping. Instead, it allows working parents and new mothers to bond with the baby and strikes the right balance for exposure to senior leadership events and challenging work. Employment decisions should be based on employees' qualifications, aspirations, and goals, and provide an equal opportunity to mothers and pregnant women. Create an employee network group for working parents to support each other through the hardships of working parenthood. If you are a returning to work mother, then you should proactively meet your managers to communicate short term and long term career goals and aspirations. Refocus your attention to your occupational role. Colleagues need to be made aware that you are professionally committed to achieve higher goals. If you are a senior woman leader, role model your parental role. Let others know it's okay for parents to spend time with children. Lead with empathy by being explicit advocates for importance of family, stability, and a fulfilling life at work and home. By removing the stigma around juggling work and parenthood, you can prevent your company from building a maternal wall. We must give women a chance to realize their fullest potential without bearing the load of prejudice and discrimination that can hold a working mother back.